everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, thank you guys for joining. But today I'm going to make a project that I've been wanting to fill something in my kitchen. I have a space on my wall that's above my sink that is just boring, and I've been trying to find something to put up there, and I just can't. And then I realized I have this picture frame. I've had this picture frame for a couple years now. Actually, I've had it since we got married, and I kind of wanted to do like, you know, what they're doing. Husband and I really couldn't get anything, made, so I thought I'm gonna donate this picture frame. I put it in my donate box several times, and then somehow it keeps coming out. And I put it in my donate box last night, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna actually make something with this. So today I'm going to make a shadow box with this picture frame. Now, a lot of you guys are like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. You can make a shadow box with anything. I'm also going to do a couple other videos on how to make a shadow box. But I mean, you pay for a shadow box and you pay for a picture frame. But, so this thing right here, you can actually take right out. So I opened some of it already. And we're going to lift this right out, if I can get it. And all it is just a piece of paper and this plastic little thing right here. So here we got a shadow box that's about an inch deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some flowers. I bought some flowers on Etsy and an SVG file. I paid like maybe $2 for 15 different flowers. So I'm going to cut it out. But the colors that I'm thinking of doing are black, purple, and teal. I might decide to change the colors. I want to kind of do gray, so I don't have any gray, so I might go get some gray. But I really like, you know, something like this. My kitchen has a lot of black in it, and it has some gray, so I'm going to figure it out. But I'm going to start cutting these out with my Cricut machine. I'm going to start cutting the pieces of paper. Now, the thing that I've learned when I cut cardstock is I've used a old mat. Like, this is one of my very first mats that I've had for probably about 10 years. And this is what I put my cardstock on because it doesn't stick and it's super easy to peel off. So what I'm going to do is get my design ready and start cutting out my little flowers. So here's my design right here. I actually have these at 3 3/4 size because I like to fit as many flowers on a 12 by 12 piece of paper as I can. I just don't like being wasteful, so that's what I am cutting them. I am cutting them at 3 1/4 size, and then I put 9 of them on there. So this is what it's going to print. So I got it all ready to print, so it's all set up, and we're going to start printing soon. So this is super easy. Like I said, you won't, sorry my kid, you just kind of just pull off the paper. Now I had this cut for cardstock light. I did regular cardstock my first time, and I feel like it's just cutting a little thin piece of paper. So this is what I do. I get it all ready to peel off. It's super easy to peel. So we're gonna do that. I mean, it's so easy. It took like 30 seconds. So these are my flowers that we're going to do. And then I just start peeling them off like this. And I'm going to continue peeling the rest of them off. Okay, you guys, so I have them all cut out, and one thing that I learned is make sure you guys get paper that do not have a white edge. That teal that I started cutting started like just separating as it was cutting. I had to cancel it while I was cutting. So I got all these colors at Hobby Lobby, but this is just a thinner cardstock than the really thick stuff. But you just want to make sure there's no like white edges when you guys cut it. You can see like with the purple, there's no white edges. If you guys look at cardstock, you can definitely figure out what I am talking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll the flowers. So I have this thing called a quilled creation. It's like a little quill. Some people use tweezers. There is an actual Cricut thing for this, but this is like a fraction of the price, and I used a 40% off coupon at Hobby Lobby. But there's a little slit in here that you guys want to use, and you just want to basically just kind of slit it like that. And then what I did, now the more flowers you make, the better you'll get this, okay? So what I ended up doing is I was making these so tight, and my flowers ended up being really small. But I am just kind of you know, gradually hanging on to it. I'm not pinching it. I'm just letting it roll with the flow. Now a lot of people say keep it, you know, in one lane or one line, as long as it doesn't go past this purple handle, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just rolling it just to make it tight enough. Now another thing, when I was watching how to make these, a lot of people, you know, made it, glued it. Well, the thing is, my hot glue gun got super hot after a while. So what I ended up doing is, then you just pull this out. So what I ended up doing, and I just bend this little piece right here. You're gonna loosen it anyways, but I make it tight enough where it'll just kind of sit unraveled, and then I'll glue it when I'm ready. So I'll probably play with this it'll probably unravel a little bit, but I mean, it's turning out exactly how I want it. So super easy to make these flowers. So I'm gonna continue making these flowers and show you guys the end result. So yeah, sometimes they are a little tricky to put them in the slit, but you know, it takes time, it takes a while to get used to it. Now you don't have to have it exactly on the edge, but you know, we're just gonna roll it. And you can go pretty fast, I mean, you don't want to go extremely fast, but you know, you just want to go at a steady pace. So pretty easy with this. And then just kind of make sure, you know, it feels like a circle. Sometimes it can like square off the feel of it. So pulling that off, I'm just gonna bend this little tip right there, and voila. So there's that. And then after you guys make the flowers, you can take your hot glue gun, and what I do is I just glue the little tip right here, okay? And then I make sure like the whole bottom of it is like right directly on the hot glue. Now you have like a couple seconds to play with it, but I want the flower big enough, because like I notice if I have it tightly rolled, I have to make more flowers. But if I have it, you know, somewhat big enough, like this, then it doesn't take as much space. So you will get better as you guys get more experience. I'm making a really big project, so I've learned to get more experience with this. So again, you're just going to put it right on the tip, like right there. And see, my purple is kind of like all odd, so I'm just gonna kind of pinch it a little bit and press down. So super easy to make a rolled flower. So I'm going to continue rolling these and show you guys what it looks like next. Okay, you guys, so I have all my flowers cut out, and I kind of did a design that I wanted to do. I used about 4 sheets of paper for the purple and the gray. The black I probably used twice as much. But I have the design where I want it, and I have it sitting in the frame. So now the next thing I need to do is just kind of flip the flowers over. I kind of have it like wherever I want. But you just kind of want to just start flipping the flowers over, because this is what's going to be pressed up against the glass. And then after I have the flowers on there, I'm going to see what it looks like with the background. And if it looks good, I'll leave it. Otherwise, I might just put like a black piece of paper in the background. So I'm going to continue flipping these. So I have this all upside down, but my flowers got a little bit messed up, so I'm going to continue just kind of straighten these up, and then I'm going to put the backing on and see what it looks like on the other side. Okay, you guys, so I have the back on, and this is what it looks like in the front. My flowers did get messed up a little bit, so I'm going to have to put the black on, and I'm probably going to glue these on just because they're getting all messed up. And I had them exactly how I wanted them, so I'm going to get my paper cut and then start gluing them on the bottom. Okay guys, so I had the piece of paper cut down. I do have like 2 sheets of paper, so you can't even hardly see it. I had to glue every single one of these individually. What I did is I glued like a U shape, and then I kind of just did it row by row, so it had some room to move. I also kind of left some openings around the edge, so now, you know, it's safe. I also had to kind of peel off some of the hot glue gun stringies that you guys see. So here is my frame, and we are going to put it in the frame without trying to squish the flowers. If you do, it's not a big deal, because it's just going to be in the areas where you don't see it. So just give me a second and get this in. But otherwise, that's what it looks like in the glass, which is kind of cool. And like I said, you can't even see that line. So I'm just going to lock this in right now. And then the next thing we're going to do is design something for the front and see how easy that is. Okay, you guys, so I did design something that I finally figured out what I wanted. It just came to me and I'm super excited, but I have it already on my mat. It is going to take the bigger mat, so I got this all set up ready to go. I don't need this much white, but it's just easier for me to print it or cut it, and then I'll cut the excess that I don't use because I will use that for another project. So I have everything cut out. I have the contact paper on the top. I actually use the Dollar Tree stuff. I actually find the Dollar Tree just as good. You can only use it like once and you're done. So what I also have here is I have a piece of tape. Sorry, it's not going to focus. I have a piece of tape here and a piece of tape here. So the G is going to be right where this tape ends, and then the 2 or whatever is going to be right here. And then what I have it is I have it perfectly on each side so I can get this thing centered. This is going to be a little bit difficult for me to do, but I'm going to show you guys in a fast forward mode how I did this, but I'm super excited to see how it turns out. Here you go, you guys. Here it is. My husband helped me hang it up, but I'm pretty excited to show you guys. The only flaw there is there is some bubbles in the E, which is not that big of a deal, but I love this. This is something I've been wanting to put above my kitchen sink for the past couple years now, or actually probably for the past year, but I've always wanted something different for the last several years. But I just realized after I was cutting these out, these are my wedding colors. But I love it. I love the way this turned out. It is super awesome. If you guys like to see more projects like this, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys all later. Bye-bye.